Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is just a bit of a maintenance video. It's going to be about trimming Monte Carlo. If you don't actually trim your Monte Carlo regularly, it starts to get some problems. The bottom stuff will start to die out and it will start to float up to the surface. So generally the rule is once it gets to about, say, 2 inches, hopefully you can see that. Okay, that's focused. So that's getting to the sort of upper limit. So I'm going to take about half of that off and that will fix the problem. So it's going to look ugly for a little while till it grows back, but then it'll go to a nice layer like we've got at the top here. So that's absolutely perfect. And it's starting to grow in elsewhere. I might actually keep some of this because it does propagate real easy. So I might spread some of it into the back areas of this scape. Otherwise, I will keep it and grow it into a new sort of a immersed growth, but we'll see. I might do another video on that at another time. But this stuff grows super easy, so any little leaf or trimming that comes off it, you can grow. So let's get started. First thing we'll need to do, obviously, because this is a messy job, we're gonna remove all of the floating plants, the Sylvinia. Otherwise, this trimming is going to mix with this and it's going to be a total disaster. So we'll take that out, then we can start trimming. Okay, once you get your floating plants out, make sure you turn off your filter. If you got a power head or anything, it's going to blow the trimmings everywhere. So best thing to do is just turn it off and they'll float to the top. You don't have to worry about your fish. Nothing will really matter for them. Okay, now we can start. Any sort of a curved scissors works best. You should be able to see that. These are quite small. They're handy for getting into tight spaces. But the longer ones are also easier because you don't have to do as much trimming. Hopefully this is gonna be easy, but in a small tank, you'll see it gets a little bit difficult to get into some of the corners, so it might be a bit rough, but we'll see. Patience is key. I usually like to take about half off. This is way easier when you don't have shrimp as well. The last time I done this, the shrimp were just everywhere. Okay, so that's everything trimmed. It's a bit rough looking, but it does grow in a lot better. It's actually quite difficult to trim in really small setups. This is a 6-gallon, so there's not much space to use the scissors. And betta fish are annoying to do maintenance around because they're very inquisitive and like to get up in there and check what you're doing. So it does look a bit rough in some places, but that's normal. Just flick your aqua soil or rocks back into the section. And now the cleanup process. This is obviously the worst part. If you have a surface skimmer, you can just turn this on and it'll suck it all up. Obviously I don't, because it'll be a bit crowded in a small tank. So scooping out manually. And then obviously a water change to get rid of the rest of it. Good old-fashioned net. As I said earlier, you can keep all of these trimmings and they will grow super easily. Every little piece will start growing roots, so it is a great way to propagate. I've heard a lot of people just spread it across some paper towel with a little bit of fertilizer on it. Spread it out evenly and it will start to sprout straight off the paper towel, and you can propagate yourself a ton of Monte Carlo really easily. Some people will even lay it down in sheets in their new scape, just as it is straight off the paper towel. I haven't actually tried that yet, so I'm not sure how well it works, but it does seem to be a pretty interesting option. So we'll get most of this out, then suck up as much as we can with the water change. Then turn the filter back on. We'll take care of the rest. Obviously a surface skimmer is the way to go, even if you just use it temporary. The good thing is you only have to do this every few months, so. You can use a little vacuum end, but I prefer to just use the tip of the hose and just suck out as much as I can. But while I'm here, there's a little bit of algae I want to get rid of as well. Okay, so that's my 5 litres out. Now to top it off, I'll clean the filter while I'm here, and that will pretty much be it. Okay, so we're topping things back up. The water's the same temperature, we're pretty close, so old betta fish ain't gonna get shocked. Okay, so that's everything filled up. It's the carpet trimmed. It's a little bit rough, but it doesn't matter. I'm not a perfectionist with this kind of thing. Within a couple of weeks it'll grow back beautifully. Even this section here that I went a little bit heavy on. And there's still a little bit of stuff floating on the surface and in the water column, but the filter will collect that. Otherwise, the best thing to use is a surface skimmer that will collect the stuff that's sitting on top. I don't actually have one at the moment, so I'm not too phased. And this little bit of plastic here is just a little filter addition, just cable tied on to reduce the flow, so there's not too much flow for the betta. Anyway, if you want to check out some more videos on this scape that I've done recently, I'll leave a link in the description. But otherwise, that's it for this one, and Monte Carlo maintenance done. Thanks for watching, see you next time.